Hello, people of Roblox. Yeah, I got 74 views on the last video, and some guy said, to make a video on how to use Necro, and I decided I'll do it one better. I'll do a guide of how to effectively use every class in the game, even though it should be really straightforward. Since I have Katars, I'm gonna start with Katars, and I'll just go through all the other classes as I go. But, roll to clips of me talking as I fight Shadow Prince or something. Okay, so the thing about Katars is... well, someone already made a video on it, but basically don't hit F and don't hit your combo orb. You just are going to be hitting these two first orbs, and item setup is basically the same as every other thing in the game. Get both Shadow Crowns, and then if you have Alpha Crown, use that. Otherwise, use either Swift's Necklace or Cursed Fox Necklace. Those are the other two. Those are the item. I guess you could say that's the item setup. Oh yeah, and also avoid getting hit like I did. You don't really need points in HP. Honestly, you would want all of them in damage, but personally, I don't like glass cannoning. I know mistakes happen, like I just fucking made. And it's a really simple class. People have already talked about how to play this. It's really easy. It's just 2 orbs. And you start doing crazy damage. Your combo orb with ult, let me show you. It does not only the combo, but the ult scales off of how many hits you had. That's something to remember. Now I gotta go switch classes. Now is Fury. Now Fury, it's your basic physical class, hit orbs, like this one. I could sit here and describe what every single orb does, but you could probably do that yourself on the Trello. All I need to tell you is don't hit that little sniper scope looking one. Hit the skulls one and immediately take damage twice. It lasts long enough for you to build up more Fury that way. And if you ult, or if you have ult, save it for when another skull orb pops. So you can Divine Light, hit this, and get damaged like 3 times. Nope, never mind. Because the server's lagging, I got too many iframes. But yeah, every time you get a skull orb, try to take damage. Because you get higher damage on all orbs every time. Yeah, I'm getting too many iframes from the lag, but normally you can get hit like twice during the defense from the skull orb. Yeah, kind of like that. And then it's really simple from there. Just hit every orb except that one. Okay, so for shield, I don't know why you're using shield. Like, shield sucks a lot. And honestly, it scales better to put points into physical than actually in shield. It's really sad. And then otherwise, you're just gonna be spamming shield sap because you should have a bunch of points in health. Because, you know, you do so little damage, this is the only way you can break a shield. And then spamming F whenever you can, because, you know, it does really bad damage. I'm actually a little hurt, because I used to main shield back in Public Test 1, and it was literally the best style. And then as soon as Public Test 2 came out, they said, oh, nuh-uh, you getting nerfed. Yeah, no. Basically, if you had like 100 points in shield or something, you'd be doing like 1,000 damage on those wall orbs. And you just don't anymore. Not with the same stat points. You have to invest so much more heavily. It's better to just play another class. kill it, but it's gonna take you forever. Anyways, my Panda Express just arrived at my door, so here's a little meme break for you little ADHD fucking no attention span goblins that can't watch a video longer than 60 seconds.
I'm not upset with y'all because I know you're mentally ill, which is why one day I'm gonna open up a hospital.
These children don't know I'm gonna steal shadow prints from them. Yeah, I stole it, I don't care. Anyways, when playing Kunai, there's really no such thing as optimal play. You really are just hitting every single orb. Oh yeah, and also I forgot, spamming F. Except this arena sucks. But you know, the constant 25% weakness, or I think it's 25%, is quite good. As it also is its own debuff, and other classes benefit from it. Kunai is a very good team style. It's great solo, but with a team it does even more damage because it allows people to really pick up the slack instead of just getting carried. Hey yo, it's editing tech here. Just wanted to say I'm cutting out all the yapping here. Essentially for a bow, it's either press F or don't press F. If you have max arrows and you hit an arrow, it guarantees another attack orb spawn, and you know, attack orbs have a chance to spawn another bow orb. And this keeps exponentially getting better and better and better as the fight goes on, and I recommend not pressing F until you have enough arrow orbs to immediately fill yourself back up. Otherwise, it has pretty much the same orb spawn rate as like Kunai, so you will proc your enchants really, really, really often. It's a really good style for like mid-game, I'd say. So yeah, that's bow in a nutshell. It's either press F or don't press F. That's it. Hey guys, editing tech back here, you know, back to back. So Destroyer, it's kind of like Lancer from Critical Adventure Reforged, where it has orb chaining. Essentially, the Great Sword orb spawns a rock for you to go fly out to. It does good damage. The little vampire bite-looking orb that gives you Berserk bonus damage, and then the Explosive Diarrhea orb, just leave those until there's at least like 2 to 3 or more if you really feel like it, because this class is just straight up burst damage. Make sure you have some health. It's a really good class. Make sure you constantly spam F. It spawns a bunch of rocks. It is a really, really good class. I don't know why people think it's not. Yeah. Destroyer is pretty crazy. It's kind of like on Kunai levels of orb spamming. That's really it. Just have enough HP to live, I guess. Hey, editing tech here. We are 3 for 3 for quicker explanations post-editing. Anyways, Heretic. It's got 3 orbs, one that hurts yourself and heals your teammates, and gives you 2 stacks of ritual. And then we have the Dagger Orb that gives you extra mana back, and heals yourself while in the middle of ritual. I also forgot to say that the Sacrificial Orb that sacrifices your health, it gives you an extra 5 seconds on ritual during ritual. The Skull Orb has a 50% chance to apply defense down, and it stacks with the defense down of your ult. It is a very good class for supporting allies, and it is a very good early to mid-game solo class, as it's gonna keep you from dying, as you can constantly keep healing yourself as long as you're dodging well. It is a good class, and in my opinion, much better than Focus. Focus K until my bones decay or something. They're Quincy's. I don't care, man. I hate focus. This game called 100% completion, because you know I'm getting close to that. Anyways, on to the next style. Oh my god, finally. Okay, so Railgunner, the funny big reference style. Yes, this style is literally just a reference. If I fully understand if you don't know the reference, because you might not have played Critical Adventure Reforged, but it's a reference to Critical Reforged because there was a spell in it called Obliterate, and Obliterate would make you go really, really high into the sky. Actually, no, that's just this game. But no, Obliterate would make you, whenever you, wherever you were, you'd just freeze and then shoot a giant red beam that did a ton of damage based off of magic. Now what people would do is they would, kind of glass cannon it, and then they'd just use some spell to send themselves skyrocketing into the air. So, because the spell didn't give you iframes, this class actually gives you some iframes. Anyways, back to explaining the class, Railgunner, you need someone on your team to be a shield breaker, otherwise you're gonna be running shield sap like I have in my hotbar. And also, something else you would heavily benefit from is having a teammate that does defense down or buffs you with attack up. So basically, if you have a Heretic, you guys should be,
My best friend!
Anyways, like this, if you see one of these defense down orbs, you're gonna shield sap, defense down, 20 fat damage. And that's it, really. It's a great class. Not like the next class I have to use. Hey guys, Editing Tech here again. Focus sucks. It gets out DPS by like every other thing in the game. It has 2 orbs that do no damage. They up your defense, which doesn't really matter to most people. The other one is, enhances your damage by a short while, but you could always just have a friend do attack up, or, you know, like, have a crown. It has 3 orbs that do damage, 2 that do less than your normal, 1 that does pretty much your normal damage. Its ultimate is based off of how many little projectile stars you collect, which takes a long time due to how laggy the game is, and your burst damage is ass. It's only good if you are at the very end of the game. You can do about maybe 10,000 damage or so in one big burst, but it takes you like over a minute and a half to really get to the perfect timing to do that with all of your multipliers in check. In short, focus sucks. Don't use it. Literally use any other style. I forgot to record Necromancer, so here we go. Necromancer is simple. You hit the open book orb for super gauge. Then you hit comet orbs until you have 3 cross orbs up, also known as arise orbs. That's literally it. Okay, anyways, I ended up cutting out a whole yap section about my life and why I was gone for a while, even though I said I wanted to start uploading some more. It's whatever, don't worry about it. I'll talk about it another time if the few of you who actually care want to hear it. Anyways, here's that tier list that I was gonna put at the end of the video. I gotta give myself a second to pull it up on my other monitor so I can talk about it as I'm gonna edit it in. But basically, at the top you're gonna see Heretic, and that's because of one item, Swift Necklace. They said they made it so Necromanians don't proc it. They lied, or they're just bad at coding. I don't blame them. Critical Adventure is just complete spaghetti code. Then we have, in the good section, as in basically the meta classes right now, there's Destroyer, which is pretty crazy. It's just non-stop damage, quite like Kunai following right behind it. Railgunner is an amazing class, though it kind of falls behind in damage. It's better if you have teammates. Same thing for Katars, but I guess Katars has more consistent damage. It just takes a long time to build up those hits, and then you also lose a bunch whenever you do take damage, and that's kind of annoying. Then we have the usable tier, which are classes that are pretty decent in my opinion. They're okay. You got Heretic, which is pretty much the usable magic class up until you can get Railgunner. Then there's Bow. Bow is a great class for like mid-game. Like I used it for a lot of things because I kept abusing Frost Snap. Great enchant, by the way. Then we have the mid tier, which is Fury. Like, sure, it's got pretty okay passives, but like if it had more damage, I'd say it was better. It just Fury ain't it, Chief. The devs were not cooking. And the devs definitely weren't cooking with, you know, the bottom tier. You make me impatient. You know, shield and focus. I see people fighting a boss with those, and I just server hop, because I know it's going to take forever. Those two styles are objectively, like, the worst. I don't know why they're so bad and who was cooking them, but you should not be allowed in the kitchen. You are bad at balancing. I don't know, man. I don't mean to really shit on you guys so much, but they just are so bad. Enchant tier list, I'm not making. I'm just gonna say, Bulwark is okay if you like being a tank. Frost Snap is good all around. Lacerating got gutted, and then Flame Touched and Magic Flame, use them if you're okay with, taking damage to yourself, but, like, the damage isn't that amazing anyways. Just use Bulwark or Frost Snap like the rest of us. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time I post a video.